Yo, 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 what's up? What's up? What's up? Articulate Thoughts, another episode, the latest one, coming at you. And today I'm pretty excited because I had a very intense weekend. And um, really glad to be sharing some of these experiences and insights with anyone tuning in. So, this past weekend, the Sunday was a new moon and a eclipse cycle. So I knew going into it is going to be really, really intense. And I had the weekend booked off, and I had it booked off because I was scheduled to go to a dance workshop here in Calgary. And I was really excited for it. As many of you know, I'm really into this dance, conscious dance activity going on in my life. And taking a weekend off was just a really great thing to just partake in an event and volunteer and be part of um, such an event. So Friday rolls along and I'm feeling pretty good. Go down and get all the gear and transport it to the new location and help them set up and all that. Goes relatively smoothly, and the first night of dancing was went really, really well. And the first night it's only for 2 hours, and then the Saturday and Sunday it goes from 11 to 6 or something like that. So it's a full day. So Friday night, I'm really excited to get the rest of it going. And then I go home and I decide that I'm too lazy to cook any food. So I go to Burger King and then I go home, eat that stuff. And then half an hour later, I just realize, okay, there's something wrong here. My body is just like feeling really, really upset. I feel like I'm gonna puke. And fate would have it, I start puking my brains out. And I've never had like food poisoning before, but I knew instantly that this, not instantly, but I was pretty sure that's what it was. And I've never vomited like this in my entire life. I just was heaving like crazy, and I was just all sweaty and just felt like really weak afterwards. And yeah, it was just I was just not in a good place. I was puking my brains out, and funnily enough, I just knew as it was happening, like this is not gonna go well. I'm not gonna sleep tonight. I'm not gonna be able to go to the workshop, and I felt like really. I was just had like these like mixed emotions, but I identified what it was like almost immediately. Like I knew why it was happening and stuff. So I took full responsibility for it, and I started having accepting my grievances with my body because I know as of late, I just haven't been taking the greatest care of my body. Like I kind of mask it because I'm like, yeah, I take vitamins and I started yoga a month ago and I dance. I exercise on the regular. Um, I serve for a living, so when I go to work, I'm on my feet and just moving around and interacting with people. So like I kind of guise myself as like being in relatively good health, and I am, like I don't get sick or anything, but this whole food poisoning thing just kind of is a manifestation of me ignoring my body's needs, because what is really like the crux of like my health not being exactly where it is my diet. I'm just not putting in the right fuel, and I'm just kind of um I don't know. I just like the instant gratification of walking into a restaurant or a fast food place, and like I enjoy that kind of food. Like it's really tasty. So, and I know I've been doing this for a while, but I just didn't want to do anything about it. And I just kind of put it aside. This has been going on for months, like at least 4 or 5 months. I've been eating out pretty much every single day, and and it's not the greatest thing, but um, yeah, I mean, my budget allows for it, and I enjoy it. So I'm like, why not keep doing it? And I knew in the back of my mind it wasn't the right thing. It didn't feel right. Like there was this guilt happening every time I ate, and every time I had to figure out what I want to do for food, there's always this guilt there. And you know, it kind of stems out to like more to like to like bigger things, such as like relying on someone else to prepare food for me. That's like it's like a basic essential thing, and I'm paying other people to do it for me every single day for every single meal, and that's just didn't really put me in a good mental place. And I kept on ignoring it until my body said, "Hey, I have a message for you, and you cannot ignore it." So there I was on my bathroom floor on Friday night, just puking my brains out, and I'm just like, outrageously exhausted because I just spent the day, like running around the city, grabbing gear and lifting up speakers and stuff, and setting up the space, and then going through some intense moments of people coming in and registering, and just being the door greeter, and then I went dancing for 2 hours, and I was in a chaos rhythm for quite a while. I'm just a very hyperactive dancer, and sometimes I go a little bit harder than is really necessary. Um, I let myself get carried away or let myself go into it that deep. And by then the night, I was obviously I mean, I was drinking water throughout, but I was dehydrated for sure, and I didn't have the most complete diet that day, and get having the food poisoning and throwing up, I just left me in a very, very vulnerable, exhausted, tired, severely dehydrated, and I knew it. And I was just like, my lips were dry, and I just was disoriented. I couldn't walk straight. And then I'm like, well, I can't deny it now. My body's sending me a message, and I can't deny it. It's just crazy. So I spent the entire weekend in bed, pretty much. Saturday, I was out all Saturday. Couldn't hold anything down. Couldn't even drink water. I would drink water and throw it back up. So it was pretty intense. And then Sunday, I started to getting better, and then started putting things together. I'm like, okay, so this is what I'm gonna do, and try to make a plan for moving forward. And it was a good time to just like purge and kind of go back and reassess things and clarify what it is I want moving forward, or readjust my focus. And it was a really good time, and I just went through this phase too of going through like different music that I used to like in the past and I haven't listened to in a while. Been listening to like this album from Death Cab and Cutie called Transatlanticism, and I finished a Sacred G piece for the first time in over like a month, like a month and a half. Yeah, about there. And yeah, when I posted, I put like a line from one of my favorite songs on that album, and just got really reminiscent of those college day years and just what was going on back at the time. And yeah, it was just like being like having food poisoning, being sick, and just reminding myself to take care of my body and like take it easy. It was just a reminder of like back in those days, in those college days when that was when things were wrapping up, and I was getting really depressed and anxious, and having this extreme focus on my body because it was not in a good place constantly. So there was this really strong echo that reverberated throughout the weekend, and it was good. It was really intense, and I felt really lonely for a good chunk of it. But there's when you go through these kinds of things, like there's nothing no one else could really do. It's just kind of a one-on-one kind of thing, and I went in pretty deep. And then went back to work yesterday, and it felt really, really good. It was good to uh, be back in good health, and I was thankful that I didn't have to call in sick for any of my days at work, and it was just good to be around familiar coworkers and just into the rhythm of things. And some opportunities had come up, and I'm just really excited about that. And yeah, I'm just like feeling really good in a really good place right now. So good stuff there. And yoga today, yoga cleaning, and more dancing, and then the week goes on, and then I have to prepare for next week. So just as a heads up, I'll be traveling to the Apex Resort in Penticton, British Columbia, with the keg. So I'm going there for a keg networking event, and I'm going to be arriving there on the Tuesday. So I haven't decided if I'm going to bring my laptop and post next week's episode at the resort, or maybe I'll just post an episode on the Sunday or Monday. I haven't decided yet, but stay tuned. I will make an episode or something. I will make up for it somehow. So that's it for this week. And if you have listened, thank you very much. And if you have not, I wish you all the best and hope that you're enjoying this new moon cycle. Take it easy, and I'll see you around or not.